What's going on, you all? This is your girl Kayla Ray, and I'm coming to you all, as you all can see in the title, talking about coronavirus and what's all been going on, how it's been affecting me, my family, friends, and people around me, and all kind of stuff like that. This is not a video explaining of the details of coronavirus. I don't know everything about it. They don't know everything about it. I'm just coming to you all, giving you all a video about how I've been dealing with and what I've been doing for me and myself. So, yes, I do have COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. I haven't been to the doctor because the doctors are really not seeing anybody, or they're really telling you to stay home unless you have severe symptoms, i.e., you just really cannot breathe, headaches, I mean not headaches, but fevers for over 24 hours, stuff like that, like severe symptoms like you're gonna die soon, stuff like that. And thanking and grateful that I haven't had those severe symptoms, and praying that I don't even catch those. And I send my prayers out to those who have caught it and have severe symptoms. I send my prayers out to the people who are dealing with it and their family and friends. I really send my love and prayers out to you all because this is a very serious situation going on. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk about me. So I've been doing a timeline of my life so I can kind of figure out where it started, where it began, how long it's been going on, what's been working, what hasn't been working, so because I feel like the media isn't really talking to us about that. The media is telling us about the deaths and about how they want to reopen everything back up, but no one is really, and they're telling you to wear your gloves and wear your mask, which is a good thing, but the media isn't really telling people. I feel like the people who have survived this, I don't see enough people on TV or through the media or social media that have survived this, because there are lots of people that have had coronavirus that have survived, that are doing well, that are doing much better, and I don't think the media's giving enough information about that, and I don't like that because it's scaring people, seeing nothing but death and death and death and death and bodies and bodies and bodies, and it's not giving people encouragement to keep trying to do better or find different ways to get better, and that's what I don't like. So I just want to come to you all, talk to you all a little bit about what's been going on with me, my timeline, and what I've been doing to help me out. So this started, I got some notes over here, y'all see me keep looking down. So this started on the 6th of April, which was about almost 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, so 6th of April when I first realized it started happening. Not the coronavirus, but when I first started realizing something was changing. Around the 6th, I started, my eating habits started changing. I was so hungry, but nothing wasn't tasting right. I kept saying, it just don't feel right. If you all know, I moved to Las Vegas recently, and these people out here cannot cook. They don't season their food for some strange odd reason. But so I just thought, like, maybe it's just they're not seasoning their food. Maybe I'm just not wanting that. Maybe my body wants something, but maybe not that. So I'm like, let me just keep trying. But I was ordering food and not throwing it up, but I was ordering food and throwing it away. I'm like, it's not what I want. I would eat like a couple of bites, like, no, it's not what I want. And my mood swings started getting really bad. Now, I always have mood swings, so I'm like, maybe it's the time of the month, maybe it's the medicine I'm on. I don't really know, I said, but I always get mood swings, so I really didn't pay attention to those factors. It wasn't until the 10th when I really started feeling like something's wrong, something's a little wrong. It's not just that, because I started having very low energy. I remember I fell asleep at work a few times. I'm a manager at Walmart, so when I do go on my breaks or lunches or lunch or something like that, I usually am still working, really. But I was falling asleep. I really didn't have no energy to keep moving around. I remember I kept having to stop and pause and like, let me catch my breath. Like, I'm not feeling it. Body aches. My back started hurting really bad. And it's mainly this side. That's my left side. It's mainly my left side by my shoulder blade and all the back here. And I started having it under here, and it just started going to my whole body. I started getting really bad headaches. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it might be sinuses. I started sweating too. I'm like, you know what? It's sinuses. So I start feeling pressure up in here. And then right around here, you know, when you get sinuses, my eyes started watering. I'm like, you know, this is sinus problems. Take some Benadryl, drink some more water, and it'll be over. I didn't want to believe it was corona. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. It's sinus time. This is sinuses. It wasn't until the 3 days later on the 13th when I knew it wasn't sinuses no more. I had lost all my taste of smell. I said my taste of smell. I had lost all my sense of smell. I had lost my sense of taste. I started throwing up, and I remember it was when I had got on the bus, and I had a good day at work. My energy was okay that day. And I got on the bus, and before I even got home, I was like, I gotta get off this bus. I started throwing up in my mouth. I got off the bus, I started spitting up, it wouldn't come out. My mom came and picked me up from one of the bus stops, and I got home, and I just threw the rest of it up. It wasn't enough, I just threw up. And yeah, I knew I wasn't feeling right. It was never on 13. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't feeling right. My anxiety was through the roof. Going into a place like Walmart and seeing everybody with masks on and seeing everybody with gloves on and seeing people's tension and seeing people's it was just a lot, and my anxiety was really, really going through the roof. I was feeling like I was feeling I'm like a claustrophobic type of feel. I felt like I couldn't really breathe, and I knew that was anxiety. That was really, really good enough. And that was all like around the 12th and the 13th or whatnot. So I just knew for a fact I knew for a fact that it just wasn't right. And that's when I knew for sure that it wasn't sinuses, that it was COVID-19. It wasn't until 2 days later, I was off the next day. I think I went to work that following day on the 15th. That was my last day at work. I went to my manager, and if you know me, I don't cry in front of people. I don't break down in front of people. That's not me. I'm the one that you can lean on, and that's just always been me. But I was so nervous that morning because I woke up that morning, my breathing, and I think it really was anxiety. I wasn't catching my breath like I should, and I do have asthma, and that was really what was scaring me. And I had to open up all my doors and windows, and I had to step outside and just take deep breaths and just breathe slowly because I feel like I was gonna pass out. So I knew. I got on the bus to go to work, and I was on the bus just crying, y'all, like crying. I was talking to my friend, one of my good friends, Dorothy, and she asked me what was going on, just checking up on me like regular. And I told her, I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I said, I'm scared. I don't really get scared. I've never been scared of death. I'm like, 'cause I know for a fact I'm here to live a long life. I'm here to do good in this world, to help people, to heal people. That's what I know I'm supposed to do. But when it pertains to my asthma, that's the one thing that scares me. It just scares me. So I was on the bus, I was just crying. And so I had to get my stuff together. She was steady texting me, but I couldn't text back because texting her back, I was gonna keep crying. And crying do not help asthma. It makes it worse. I had to stop. So I regained myself, went into work, and I started working. But I was telling my manager I wasn't coming back. I knew I was gonna tell her that. So I went over there. I talked to one of my managers and let her know what was going on. And she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were sick." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm trying to just push through and help, and cause I'm a helpful person. I want to help everybody. I want to be there for everybody. So I know we got bills to pay and we got stuff to get done. I didn't want to leave that all on my mom and stuff. So I just didn't want to believe that it was something that was gonna take me out." So when I talked to her and I was telling her what was going on, I broke down again, and she had never seen me broke down before, and I think that kind of scared her because I had literally broke down to where I had to calm myself down because, again, asthma, I remember my first asthma attack that I had when I was younger. I can can still vision, I can still feel myself on the table holding my mom's hand and asking her, am I gonna die? And that scares me the most in anything. No, nothing else really scared me. That scares me. So I talked to her, and she comforted me, and I really appreciated that. And she just told me that everything's gonna be okay, and I told her what was going on. So the 15th was my last day at work. Today is what, the 19th, I think. That I've been on quarantine for about 3 or 4 days now. And still to this day, my symptoms, it's weird because they come and go. So I could be having good stable energy where I'm able to move around, I'm able to laugh and joke still and talk and all that kind of stuff, and then maybe an hour later, boom, it's like body just get to shaking. I can't really move too much. My body get to aching really bad. Headaches start to set in, and I had to just take it easy. One thing that I have been doing that I do encourage people to do more is steaming. A lot of people were thinking that heat, and I say heat in terms of sunlight and warmer weather, was going to kill this virus, and that's not the case. It's steam that really does help. And I saw that on, it was on TikTok. Matter of fact, I joined TikTok since coronavirus. Shout out to TikTok. Steam is really what's helping, and I've seen a lot of African moms and dads and African American people doing it. They've been putting a lot of fruits that have vitamin C in them, a lot of essential oils to help open you up. And what I've been doing is I've been having like a big pot. I've been doing some of their recipes, like they have orange peels, lemon peels, limes. Some people use onions, peppermint oils. I've seen some people just use a mixture of things. And they put in a pot, and they boil it, and you let it boil, let the steam come up, and you put your head into it. Not into the water. Lord have mercy. Please don't put your head in that water. You put your head over the steam, and you just breathe in deep breaths and let that steam go inside, and all that vitamin C and all that good stuff go inside your body and kind of break up. Because what's happening with coronavirus is there's a lot of congestion that is hardening. So you're trying to break it all up and get to feeling better. And I will say that has worked tremendously. I have felt a lot better. It's doing a little thing. If I'm not using the steam, I'm also using the Mucinex, the Fast Max, severe congestion and cough. That's been helping a lot too. I've been talking to so many people since I've been on quarantine. If you all know me, I talk to people all over the United States in different countries. I don't mind talking whoever. You got good vibes, I'll talk to you. A lot of people have been giving me their stories, and it baffled me that so many people that I wasn't even aware of have had coronavirus, and they're still here. Because when you look at the media, you're just seeing people got coronavirus, people are dying. Like here in Nevada, they say that we have 3,626 cases and 156 deaths that have been reported since yesterday. But you don't hear about the people that have had coronavirus and that are doing much better. And that baffled me, because a lot of times you think that you are alone. You looking around like where everybody walking around moving and stuff like that, and people who have it, they've died. So you feel like you're alone, and you're not alone. There are people out here that have had coronavirus that are doing much better. They have their own remedies and recipes on how they're doing better. So I wanted to make this video to uplift people, anybody who's feeling down, anybody who has the virus, anybody whose family member has the virus. Just continue to uplift them. I encourage you all to do steaming methods. Like I said, steaming methods really work. If you can move around in your home, in your little small area, I advise you to move around as much as possible. Laying down is not the answer. I felt like when I was laying down most of the time, it was making it worse. So I try to sit up as much as possible. I walk around my house. I put my mask on. And I live in a complex, so I might walk around the complex, just to get because you wanna keep moving your muscles. You wanna keep on trying to move as much as possible. You don't want stuff to just sit still and harden. You want to just try to keep on moving. Take very, very deep breaths if possible. And I'm speaking for those people who don't have severe symptoms, who are not in the hospital and can't do anything. Like I said, just take care of yourself, you all. My symptoms come back and forth. A lot of people have been telling me their symptoms have come back and forth. So it's kind of like an up and down roller coaster effect for a lot of people. A lot of people are saying it's not a 2-week virus. A lot of people are saying they were on day number 30 and before they start getting better. I talked to a few people who said their symptoms of taste and smell are just coming back. I think that's one of the hardest things for me because I think a lot of people said that they were losing weight on this virus. I thought I would. I kept saying I feel like because I couldn't eat, I don't taste anything. When I say don't taste anything, I mean I don't taste anything. You could put tuna in my mouth right now, and I hate tuna. I cannot taste anything. I cannot smell anything. The only thing that I will say that like I don't taste anything, but I can feel the texture. The texture is whether I feel like if I can eat or not. And that's weird because if the texture is not right, I can't eat it. But if the texture is somewhat decent, I can. It's the weirdest thing ever. But I will say the only thing that I can taste is when I wake up in the morning. You know when you wake up in the morning, you have maybe like cotton mouth or something that you don't feel well, that sickness. That's the one thing that's in my mouth when I wake up in the morning. It's like a sickness, it's like a gooey, slimy type of feeling. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like, cotton mouth. And I have to immediately go brush my teeth because it feels like it's just the nastiest feeling ever in the world. But yeah, I think that's one of the most annoying things is that my body keeps going back and forth. So my body aches just get worse here and there, and I can't taste anything. So I'm just like, I'm constantly hungry and it's crazy because it's the smallest thing that we don't pay attention to, because since I have no taste buds, nothing is satisfying my taste buds. So I'm constantly hungry. I want something to eat, and I've been eating, but I don't taste nothing. So it's almost like water used to really make me feel good. Drinking water, I love drinking water. Water don't even taste the same. It has no taste to it. So I'm really just like, yeah, it's very weird. But like I tell people, this is something that has been going on, and not just me, I'm just saying in general. They say this has been going on since last year. And then people have been having symptoms. I truly believe that we already had our first wave of coronavirus last year around October or such, because I remember it was a time back in November, I think, where I was sick for like 3 or 4 days. Body aches, what I'm having now, but it was worse then. I was having body aches, and it got to the point where I couldn't breathe. And I thought that I was literally finna pass out. I couldn't catch my breath, headaches, body aches, stomach problems like I do now. I was getting dizzy. And I was sick for about 3 or 4 days before it subsided and I was cool. But the best thing I can tell you all is just to take care of you all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Take care of people around you. If you're in a household, be there for each other. Keep your hands clean. Keep your distance if you can. This is not just a you and me thing. It's the everybody thing. We all have to come together and figure out a plan if we're going to get better as a society. It's just crazy. And like right now, my biggest thing is just to stay calm, because I know my anxiety can build up, and once that builds up, it's a wrap. Because once my anxiety starts coming up, I can't breathe, I get to crying, and then it's a done deal. But I just encourage more people to talk about it. I encourage more people to tell your stories, because people out here are scared for their lives. They think that they're alone, like I said. They think that they're by themselves. And I just encourage more people to speak up about it. If you had it, please talk about it. Upload statuses on Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or whatever to talk about it. Start having group chats. Somebody make a group discussion, just so we can get more people involved on the better ways to help ourselves. Because I really feel like going to the hospitals, yeah, that's the thing they tell everybody to do. But I really feel like a lot of people are just money hungry, and I can get deep. I'm not trying to get too deep into it, but you know, the United States is a money hungry government, and I feel like the more people that come to hospitals, that's just more money in their pockets, and nobody's really taking what they need. Nobody's really saying what they need to say. But if you have beat the virus, please tell people how you beat it, how you got through it. Start a prayer group, you know, just anything to help people get through this, because we can get through this. There are people that have gotten through this. There are people who've had the virus who are now working again, taking better precautions, and they're doing much better. Yes, I just want to take the time out to tell you all a little bit of my story and how I'm feeling and how I'm coping with it. And hopefully I can see more stories about Corona on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all social media. And we just have better discussions about it. Yeah, so I'm praying for everybody. I wish well for everybody. If you lost somebody, my prayers are with you. If you're dealing with something, my prayers are with you. And just know better days are coming soon, you all. Just stay calm, stay positive, stay hydrated, stay clean. Yeah, so I'll do some more updates if anything goes up and down. And once I start feeling a little better, I'll do some more updates. And yeah, we're gonna get through this, y'all. So much love to you all, and I will talk to you all later.